Hi there, welcome to this episode of Geek Out and Speak Out. My name is Geeks, and today I'm going to be doing something I haven't done in a while. I'm going to be doing an unboxing video. For anyone that may have seen my previous videos on Geeks Cantina, this is pretty much the same, just a different title, that's all. A bit of rebranding, I hope. Anyway, anyone that's seen my previous videos would probably get a slight hint that I am a Star Wars fan. Yes, I am a massive Star Wars fan, have been my entire life, ever since I was a little boy, right up until I'm a grown man, even though I dress like an 8-year-old boy. So I have indulged myself in my Star Wars obsession for quite a number of years now, but in the recent years I've been indulging in the collectibles of Star Wars. So this ranges from Star Wars Rebels, Clone Wars, the movies, the legacy movies as they're called now, I believe, the trilogies, and all the TV shows and everything like that. So I've been, my primary collectibles that I like to get are the action figures. And I love my Star Wars Black Series action figures. You can probably see back in previous episodes I've actually done an unboxing video or two about of these Star Wars Black figures, and today I got my more recent one, which I'm very excited about, and I've got it just here. Let me show it to you. It is a Scout Trooper. This is the one specifically from The Mandalorian, and it's a Carbonite edition. But we'll go into that in a few minutes. But yes, so this is an unboxing video. I'm going to be taking this out of this box for the very first time. I've literally only bought it about an hour ago. It's coming out of this box for the very first time. So let's see me unboxing it. I can't wait. Okay, so here we go. As you can probably see on my little desk here, there's my figure isn't alone. I've got my Mandalorian helmet from Din Djarin from the Mandalorian series, and I've also got here is my first Carbonite action figure from the Mandalorian called Paz Vizsla. Now Paz Vizsla, it was only not even a secondary character from the Mandalorian, or a tertiary really. He featured very briefly in the first series, where he was part of the culvert of Mandalorians, and they had a big battle with the other bounty hunters. He just kind of vanished. We didn't really know what happened to him, but he reappeared in the first season of the Book of Boba Fett, and he challenged Din Djarin for the Darksaber. Now and obviously lost, because Din Djarin kept the Darksaber, which was great. Now Paz Vizsla here, he's related to a character that was from the Clone Wars. I'm really testing my deep knowledge here. In the Clone Wars Series 2, they introduced a character called Pre Vizsla. He was a Mandalorian who craved to rule Mandalore. And cut a long story short, he created an alliance with Maul and Savage Opress, and they basically captured Mandalore, and he became the ruler of Mandalore very briefly until he was betrayed by Maul and got his head cut off. Anyway, so Paz Vizsla is a relation of, I'm not entirely sure what the relation is, but to Pre Vizsla. So I just think there's a nice little connection. There's a little bit of a digression there. Anyway. I'm sorry, geeking out a little bit from my Star Wars knowledge. So anyway, my Scout Trooper, as you can see on the box here, is a Carbonite edition. I mentioned this earlier on. Now Paz Vizsla was a Carbonite edition. I'm not overly fussed about this. I mean, they look slightly different than a normal Scout Trooper figure would look. Slightly a bit shinier. I suppose Carbonite's a reference to Han Solo being frozen in carbonite and blah blah blah. But anyway, so I'm not really going to dwell on that too much. I'm more interested in the actual figure itself. Now the Scout Trooper, I've wanted one of these for quite some time. It was first introduced in Return of the Jedi, made popular from Return of the Jedi. I loved the look. I love the look of the Scout Trooper because he's he was the first soldier from the Empire to look different than the traditional Stormtrooper. I mean, we all know what the traditional Stormtrooper looks like, but this was a bit of a departure from the original look. And So yeah, I've always wanted one of these. They had the famous scene in Return of the Jedi when they traditionally in the Star Wars universe, you see them riding speeder bikes. You see them a lot over the course of the timeline of Star Wars. And yeah, so I've always wanted one of these in my collection, and here he is. Anyway, that's enough of the preamble. Let's get to the opening. I've got a pair of scissors here. Please be careful using scissors. You don't want to cut yourself or anyone else, because that never leads to anything good. So anyway, they're just going to cut these seals. As you can see, it's all sealed up. This is literally the first time this has been opened, and I'm going to try not to lose a few digits while doing it. It's a little bit fiddly, trying to do it with a pair of scissors. I thought scissors would be safer than a knife. You know, got to set a good example for anyone that might be watching this video. Anyway, so there we go, getting these seals done now. As we do it, there we go. I think that's all of them on the top. So before I actually finish opening it, as you can see, it says it's Star Wars from Star Wars The Mandalorian. It's a scout trooper. It's got a warning about small objects. He's got a small blaster in there. There's a lovely artwork of a scout trooper, very stylized. I love it. On the back, it's got a brief description. Again, that stylized picture of scout trooper and a few bits to say. Be careful, small bits, firing hazards, blah blah blah. Top, it's got a little window in the top there, like most of these Black Series figures have got. Bottom, again, all that usual jargon and stuff like that. So yeah, that's nice big window on the front, displays the figure really well. He's only got one accessory, and there's the little blaster there, and as it says, there's a little template here that says it's a carbonite edition. So not that I'm too fussed about that, because it's going to come out of his box anyway, so I don't care about the boxes. I'm sacrilege. I'm going to create blasphemy by opening this. So here we go. Anyway, so it's open. Here it comes. So as always, these figures are always kind of packed in plastic. Put that down there for a sec. So the box, just cardboard. There. They color code them with depending on what series that the figure is from. So this one's kind of this orangey brown, and all this like Paz Vizsla had also. That just signifies that this is from the series The Mandalorian. So not them. It looks pretty the same as all the others from Star Wars, from Return of the Jedi and Star Wars Rebels, etc. I'm just going to pop that on the floor unceremoniously. This is the bit that we are more interested in. So there we go. It's in this plastic, and they always have a bit overlay. Oh, there's the little bit of paper with all the, I suppose, terms, conditions, warnings, everything like that. And that's just going to be unceremoniously thrown on the floor and probably put in the bin shortly. So there we have it. There's always an overlayer of plastic on top, so that comes off very easily. Again, this is just another useless bit of plastic. That's going to go in the recycling bin, because I am green friendly. I like to recycle. So there he is. There's a scout trooper. Very close. I haven't even touched it yet. Oh, my hands are a bit sweaty. Right. I always start with the accessories. So you've got his little blaster there, see that? First time you see that, Return of the Jedi. He's got a little boot holster, but we'll have a look at that in a minute. There's a little bit of tape covering it. Comes a little bit fiddly, but there you go, it's come out actually quite easily. There we go, blop. I want to be very careful not to drop this, it's so small. But there it is, look. There's the blaster. Very accurate to what they actually use in Return of the Jedi. Well, every time you see one of these scout troopers, they've always got these little blasters that they hide in their boot, or they have a boot holster. And they're small arms, so it's close combat, and they tend to shoot from their speeder bikes. That's pretty awesome. I'm just going to pop that. I'll tell you what, Paz, you can keep that safe for now. You've got your big blaster, but you can have a little one for the back as well. But anyway, the moment of truth. Let's get this figure out, shall we? It tends to get a little bit noisy, a bit crackly. They're really well packed in these things. Out, there we go. Hey! So again, a little bit more plastic. It's going to go on the floor to go in the recycling. And there we have it. There is my scout trooper, my carbonite scout trooper. Now I always do the checks. The head turns, it goes. Oh, that's actually got a really good nodding action there, and it turns really well. Arms, check. check, and they actually go all the way around like that. So they also rotate. That's pretty good. It's got some nice little bit of the armour there. It bends at the elbow. Oh, it's actually got a double joint there, I think. Yep. Yeah, so as you can see, it can bend. It's got two joints in the arm, so it's actually got really good rotation and bending at the elbow. Wrist, that's the trigger finger. You can see the trigger finger on there. That's for his blaster. Wrist turns, and also, I don't want to force this too much, but yep, and you see the hand moves up like that as well. So there's all kinds of poses you can put these in, which is really awesome. It's actually a really good one. Same on the other arm. It's got the two joints in there. You see it there? It can bend there, but can also bend further that way. So that's great. Again with the wrist, same as the other way. It twists. And there, great. Twists. They sometimes twist at the waist, but this one twists at the chest. You see that? There you go. That's pretty good. Boots, yeah, again it's got a, oh, that's quite tight. Twisting at the top of the leg. There. Again, much like the elbows, the knees, back of the knees there, you see them? It's got two joints where you can bend it like that, but you can also bend it even further. Why you'd want to put him in this position, I do not know, but just straighten that back out again. Legs can come out and do the splits. Anyway, let's not get too indulgent in that. And lastly, let's just check the feet. Feet go backwards and forwards. They go side to side as well, which is awesome. Just do the same. Oh, it actually twists at the top of the boot as well. You can get some really good poses with this one. That's cool. There we go. Fantastic. Okay, that's all. The reason I always check is the first time I bought a Kylo Ren figure, I was absolutely devastated because one of the elbows wouldn't bend, and me being the perfectionist that I am, I like to have everything in good working order. You know, you pay money, you want it to be working properly, and that. So I always, whenever I get a new one, I did it with Paz Vizsla, I did it with all the others. I always make sure that all the joints are working, the head twists and turns and everything like that, which is great. Let's actually have a look at the figure details itself. And now, as you can probably see, there's a slight grey sheen to it. That's because it's Carbonite edition. Paz Vizsla has got it as well, but it's probably not that noticeable on the video. But this, what was normally traditionally black, all these bits here, they're actually slightly more grey, and that's to do with the Carbonite edition. Anyway, so on the back he's got his little backpack bit. He's got a nice belt, boot holster on the side of his boots, which is great. Helmet, I love the look of this helmet. I've always liked the look of the Scout Trooper, and you can probably see some discolouring, some brown discolouring where he's a little bit of nice detail, so he isn't so shiny and new. It makes him look like he's been through a few battles, maybe even a few big wars, whatever. So yeah, there he is. You know, he's got his nice trigger finger that I showed earlier on. Let's have a look at that in a minute. There's his boot holster, this tiny little thing. That's actually very similar to one of my figures from Star Wars Rebels, Hera Syndulla. She's got a nice ankle holster, just like that, for her little blaster. Yeah, so there he is. So where's the blaster? There it is. There's the blaster. Thank you, Paz Vizsla. There's the blaster, and it's going to go in the boot, and that fits in there beautifully. Beautifully. Right, let's take that out. And now let's pop it in his hand. Sorry, I'm going to have to turn him away from the camera for a minute. In the trigger hand. This is the bit where I hope doesn't take too long because he's new, he's a bit stiff. Open his hand a little bit. Oh, bear with me a second, people. There we go. There he is. He's holding his blaster. Let's hold him up like he's ready to shoot. Yeah, there you go. Look, there is my Scout Trooper. He is going to go on my collection. Not sure quite yet. I might put a little picture on the kind of at the end of the video just to show you where I've put him in my collection. And there he is. There's my Scout Trooper. And I think he's awesome. I love it. And I always love getting these figures because they're just so cool. there he is. There's my Scout Trooper from The Mandalorian. But as I said, he was the Scout Troopers were made popular from Return of the Jedi, from that iconic scenes from Endor. But they've also been used in The Mandalorian. There's a particular scene that always makes me smile when I think of Scout Troopers, and that's the beginning of the penultimate episode of Series 1 of The Mandalorian, when the two Scout Troopers have captured Grogu, and they're sitting on their speeder bikes, and they're just talking. And that felt very much like a Quentin Tarantino scene, to be honest. If Quentin Tarantino did a Star Wars episode or whatever, that kind of felt very much like a Quentin Tarantino moment. So yes, so they were in The Mandalorian. Also, they featured in Star Wars Rebels, and in Star Wars Rebels, the visor, it was the first time you saw that the visor can actually clip up and down, and had to expose the Scout Trooper's face. In every other medium from Star Wars, I believe the visor has always been down. It was only in Rebels when Ezra Bridger had captured a Scout Trooper's outfit that the visor came up to see his face. But obviously the figure doesn't do that, and that's just, again, me throwing a little bit of Star Wars knowledge out there. So yeah, there it is. There's my Scout Trooper. I shall stop rambling on about Star Wars, because I could do it all day, every day. So there it is. There's my unboxing video of my new Scout Trooper. I should stop saying Scout Trooper now, because I think I've said it about 5,000 times in this video. But thank you for sitting and watching through this and listening to all my Star Wars ramblings. I do have quite an extensive knowledge of the series and the movies and everything Star Wars. So yes, so there it is. I'm going to pop that in my collection after I've finished doing this video. Just to put in there for the moment. Thank you very much for watching. Now I'm going to be posting my email down here, brand new email. Please email me if you have any questions, or if you have any requests, or any feedback at all. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel, and please spread the word. I'm trying to get this YouTube channel off the floor, and I'm hoping this is going to help. So thank you for watching Geek Out and Speak Out. My name is Geeks, and I hope to see you next time.